First time I ever ran a 21, I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
Oh, it was my first like big limiting belief. I'm like, oh my God, like this was hard. How am I supposed to do this again? I'm on my knees. I'm dying. I'm in so much pain. I'm exhausted. I would make the argument that nutrition is like the leading cause of like how your mood is affected.
Well, nutrition is the leading cause of all things with our health.
The things that fuels me is disappointment. And what I mean by that is I don't like disappointing people.
Welcome to the Green Room, powered by AGP. Today I'm with Justin, who is helping us tell our story here at AGP. Justin is a creative, but he's also an athlete, and he just competed in High Rocks and the Toronto Marathon, which we'll get into later today. Thanks for being with us, Justin.
Thank you for that introduction. I need to bring you around more because that was a great introduction.
Yeah.
Calling me an athlete is crazy.
You know,
what is a definition
what
of
is
an
the
athlete?
Definition of an athlete? Like, let's start there because one time I was painting and someone said, "Are you an artist?" And I said, initially I thought no, but then I was like, well, why not? Like, what is art? You know, like if I'm enjoying it and I'm doing it, I'm an artist. So like if you're physically active, you're challenging yourself, you're pushing your body, you're an athlete.
I also think it has to be more, especially with athletes, it needs to have there needs to be a competitive edge or working towards something. So
even if you're just competing against yourself, but yes, there has to be a goal, I guess, right?
You know what? I'll take that title because
Justin the athlete, he's here.
So you've heard of High Rocks. We were talking about it.
I only heard of it because of you, actually.
Get out.
When you said that you're doing High Rocks, I was like, and then I went and Googled it because I was like, excellent, High Rocks. But I want to do it so bad.
Oh,
please, can we do it together?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I really want to do it.
Oh, then we have to do like a few races next year. Anyways, we'll get into that. But I want to talk about the first time I've ever heard of High Rocks.
Yeah.
I was in Portugal in 2022.
There's a brag.
Yeah. I had a company fly me and my team out because we were so good. But no, for real though, me and my team went out to Portugal, and afterwards we're like, well, the company paid for our flights. Like, we're just going to stay longer. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So me and my best friend Dan, two of his friends, we went scuba diving. This was my first time ever scuba diving.
Yeah.
They are licensed deep sea divers, so they wanted to like dive where like they can go deeper.
The horrible, terrible things are underwater.
Whereas it was my first time, so I had to go in like the kiddie pool, basically. Whatever. So they went off, and I went off on my own. But one of the guys that I was scuba diving with, his name's Ryan Smith. Shout out. He was talking my ear off about High Rocks. Now, here's the thing. I was like, I go to the gym. Like, I'm pretty fit. Here's the thing. I look back at my 2022 self. I'm like, I was just getting back into the gym.
Yeah.
I was a little tubby. I was strength training. Like, I wasn't, like, cutting or anything. I was just trying to get strong. And he was talking to me about, like, there's this thing called High Rocks.
Yeah.
And he was just like, it's a 1 kilometer. It's a kilometer run paired with, like, a workout. And there's, like, 8 stations. Yeah. But what's crazy is, like, that kind of stuck in the back of my mind for years until 2024. I work out at a commercial gym, and my friend Becca, she was like, I'm competing in High Rocks. Totally the same story.
And you were like, ding ding, I remember that word.
At first I was like, High Rocks? What the heck is High Rocks? And then she competed in 2024. And I was like, oh my gosh. I went to her first show. Becca.
Okay, yeah.
So I went and supported her, and I shot it, and I was like, oh my God, like I have to do this. Yeah. So 2025 comes along, and I'm like, I have to sign up. Yeah. So I'm thankful it came back to Toronto. I mean, I was hopeful, but I knew it was coming back. So I competed in High Rocks on October 3rd. Yeah. Which was my birthday.
Congratulations, by the way.
And at that time on October 3rd, it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do physically. Oh my God, it was a challenge.
I know, because it looks, when you watch videos of it, because now I'm like a little addicted to watching these High Rocks videos. It looks fun, you know, and I think there probably is an aspect of fun, but you don't fully appreciate obviously how much it's pushing your body, like having to do like complete each one of those stations.
Are you a runner?
I used to be.
it is a runner's game. Like it's a runner sport.
Okay.
I thought that, so I just got into running. There's so much to like cover. Thank God it's a podcast. So listen to us for a whole hour. Yeah. But thank God, like I was strong. And I say that so naive. It's naively. Because I was like, oh, like I'm not the strongest runner, but I'm strong.
Yeah.
So what's a skier? You're just pulling ropes down. What's a sled push? It's 340 pounds. But at my peak of strength, I was squatting 3 plates and a quarter, which is 315 plus 50.
Don't make me do math.
345 or something like that. Yeah. So I'm like, if I can squat it, I can definitely push it for a few meters, 50 meters. I was deadlifting 5 plates at my prime. So I'm like pretty strong.
Yeah.
And then you're rowing and then like broad jump burpees. In my head, I'm like, oh, this is going to be like easy.
Yeah.
Let me break down High Rocks. High Rocks was crazy.
Yeah.
So like I had zero business starting off that race, by the way. Oh my gosh. I haven't talked about High Rocks.
We have not unpacked it. I'm so excited to talk about it because my first question is, which has been in my head since I learned about it. What happens if you can't complete a station? Do you not get to move on? Do you end your day there?
You get penalized. So you cannot do it. Yeah, you cannot do the thing, but it's like 30 minutes to an hour worth of like, no, that's a lie. 6 minutes maybe. I don't know. That's a long
5 billion
penalty.
Hour penalty.
That's a long penalty. I'd have to look at the rule book. Okay. But yeah, if you can't do the station, you just get penalized for not doing it.
Okay, so the goal is to complete everything in a certain time. So like, is that who wins it? Like who gets the...
Yeah.
Okay, so this is making sense. Okay.
Yeah. So Friday, the race starts at 8 a.m. is the first heat.
Yeah.
I got an email and it said, oh, I'm starting on Friday at 8 a.m. This is my first ever High Rocks. I'm like,
no one to watch as an example.
What is going on? So now 7:30, I get into like the little cave, not the cave, I don't know, the Red Bull starting place.
Okay, yeah.
It's so cool. So like the host or the MC or whomever, like she's hyping us up. I'm like, oh, let's go. 8 o'clock starts. This one guy, well, everyone just starts running, but this one guy's so fast. He's just gone.
Oh my God. And you start with the run? Is that what you start with?
Yeah, we all start with the 1 kilometer run.
1 kilometer run, okay.
I have the biggest ego. So I'm like, there's no way this guy is going to go like as like too far away from me. You know pacing, right?
Yeah.
I did that first kilometer in 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that is not my pace.
Yeah. that's a sprint.
That's not my pace.
You sprinted that kilometer.
Yeah, I'm a 5:30 runner.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes, like that's what I'm comfortable with running a kilometer in. I ran it 2 minutes faster. Anyways, we get to the skier. This is my 3rd time ever trying a skier.
Oh my God.
So like I tried it twice prior. I was like, first time I was like, oh, like this is whatever. And I was like, oh my God, why do my lats hurt? The first time I ever did it. I'm like, oh man, I probably should have trained for this. Anyway, second time I was like, oh, like, and this was only 2 weeks. So I did 2 circuits, half circuits prior to High Rocks.
And where do you train for this?
Good Life. Oh, well, there's a bunch of places.
There's a bunch that do it? Okay.
A bunch. So my friends over at Elevate Fitness.
Yeah.
A little shout out. When High Rocks season comes, they host events over at The Well, actually. Powered by Swenton.
Do they have multiple locations? I feel like I've heard of Elevate.
Elevate? I don't know, actually. I'm pretty
sure. I feel like I just saw a guy in a coffee shop with an Elevate shirt, and I was like, I know that brand, but I couldn't place it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But a bunch of, like, F45 does a bunch of, High Rock circuits. F45 is probably the biggest one because they're also a sponsor.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, do the skier. And now this is where I start losing it because you kind of just, like, you're all lined up, and it's like the first person runs all the way to the end, and they're at that station. Anyways, I fall back after like the 500 meter part and like a few people get in front of me during the first kilometer run. And so I'm like maybe 10th, right? In like the 10th place. But as we're going, you got to do 1,000 meters. It took me 5 minutes to do the skiers. God, yeah. So 5 minutes of just whoosh, 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 right?
Are they weighted? Like how?
So have you used a skier before?
No, I've never. No, this is the thing. I've never used it. I saw the video. I'm like, what is that? Like,
so there's like levels to it. So it's like you can make it as like light as you want or as heavy as you want. Okay. And it just determines the like power. I saw a TikTok. Don't come after me. It's actually like air ventilation or like air going in.
Oh yeah. So that's like creates the resistance.
That creates the resistance.
Right.
I might be wrong. But anyways, I look to my right, they're all gone. I'm like, oh my God, I have like,
Oh, no.
I still have 200 meters to go. A few people on my left are gone. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh no.
Also, on the look of my, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Like,
Yeah.
when I'm dying, you'll know. So then after the skier, I start running again. I think I did that in like 4 minutes 30.
Yeah.
I'm now in the sled push. I push it. You do it like 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I push it once all the way across. I'm on my knees. I'm dying. I'm in so much pain. I'm exhausted. My cardio.
Oh my
sucks.
God. And you got to run a kilometer in between each one.
Every station. I'm on station.
That's like torture.
I'm on station 2 and I want to give up.
Oh my God.
So anyways.
Sounds like my half marathon story.
Then after the sled push, you run another kilometer. Then
Yeah.
you do the sled pull. Oh, that was heavy. But it was like, it's heavy, but I'm a strong guy. So I'm just like, ugh.
So you're like pulling a rope kind
Yeah.
of towards you. Okay.
The hardest part was restarting a run was probably the sled push. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not used to running on tired legs. And it's something in 2026 or even starting now that I have to try to get better at.
Yeah.
So anyways, to make a very long-winded story, short, kilometer run, then burpees, then lunges, farmer's carries, lunges, and then wall balls. I must have missed something. Rows, like actual like
Okay.
row station.
Yeah.
But yeah, 8 stations. The wall balls are the pain cave. Like that is like.
What is that? That's when you're like throwing the ball and it has to hit the thing, right?
But you also have to hit a certain depth, like ass to grass type.
Oh, you like squat catch it kind of thing?
Squat, catch, and then throw up.
Oh, Christ.
I'm vertically challenged.
Yeah.
So this is like, I'm short.
Yeah.
So it's harder to like throw it up.
Yeah.
And then come all the way back down, throw it up. It was painful.
Oh my God.
But after you do it's 100 wall balls.
100.
You know
And
what's crazy?
this is a medicine ball, right?
Yeah. For men, it's like 15 kg. 15 pounds. No, I think it's 15 pounds.
Okay.
Because 15 kg is heavy.
Yeah, that's like over 30.
Yeah. No, never mind. 15 pounds. And
But
then,
that like even like 5 pounds can feel so heavy depending on how long you're carrying it for,
Yeah.
right? So like,
do you know what's so unfortunate though? So at Good Life, I trained with I say trained. I did it once with a 20-pound medicine ball.
yeah.
And I couldn't do it. No, like I genuinely couldn't. I'll
Yeah.
show you some videos, but I genuinely couldn't do it. I threw it up like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And then I had to rest for like 3 minutes. I was like, this is so heavy.
Oh my
And then I
God.
did it with a 12-pound ball. I'm like, yo, I can move. Like
could
this
do
thing's
this
like
all day.
nothing.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh my God, 15. Who
And
would've
especially
thought-
like 15 fresh versus 15 gassed,
Oh my
right?
God.
Like you're
Yeah.
so much more tired.
Yeah, but High Rocks is crazy because it's one of those where, like, I'm not a runner.
Yeah.
Well, I can officially say I am a
I was
runner
gonna
now,
say.
and I'll give you a little fun tidbit after. But yeah, now that I've completed High Rocks, it's like it's almost insane to think that like a couple years ago, I would have never thought to do something like this, or even put my body through like something as challenging as that.
For sure.
Right? And I actually made a video. I don't know when they're gonna post it, but I talked about what it meant to live an active lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's like to live an active lifestyle is be giving yourself the opportunity to like do stuff like this, like challenge yourself to challenging like physical moments like these races.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because when I say younger, like I'm still young, but I gained a lot of weight when I was at the start of my fitness journey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only because I wanted to be strong, and you know the saying, like mass moves mass.
Yeah.
So like the only way I was able to like move heavy weights was to gain like 20-30 pounds.
Yeah, that is what they like. If they're training a celebrity for a movie, like you
Yeah.
put on a ton of weight first, then you build the muscle, then you shred.
Yeah, so I
That's the
got to
recipe.
I'm 155 now.
Yeah.
But I got up to like 175,
Yeah,
and like I was a pretty chubby guy.
yeah,
And then my brother-in-law actually called me. He called me out on it. He was like, "Oh, now that you're strong," this was probably 2023.
yeah.
He was like, "Oh, now that you're strong, you can bench 245 pounds. You can deadlift 5 plates. You can squat." What now? Like you're fat. I was like, "Oh, damn, thanks."
He body shamed you.
No, absolutely. And sometimes like it's so funny is because like some people, I don't know what, I like to tell people I'm huge on negative reinforcement.
Right.
Huge on negative reinforcement.
Yeah.
So it's like you need
like
to
in a way that you need to prove them wrong.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I had a conversation with my buddy Bruce on my podcast, and I told him one of my biggest motivators one of the things that fuels me is disappointment. And what I mean by that is I don't like disappointing people.
Right.
So he called me fat. And he was like, I was like, damn. I know it's weird because like I know that my goal was to be strong, but now it's like, okay, now it's time to look good.
Right.
And I told him, oh, bro, like I'm now. It's time to cut. And I told him this was my cardio session. Going on the Stairmasters for once a week.
Yeah.
For 15 minutes.
Right.
He was like, brother, that's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
So all of 2023 and a good chunk of 2024. I did the Stairmasters for 20 minutes.
Right.
But more days, like 3 times a week.
Justin hates cardio.
Yeah, I hated cardio. It's almost insane. Like for those who know me, it's almost insane that like I'm even running.
Right.
Now, you know what's the craziest thing? I was at my gym. I'm on the Stairmasters and I'm doing 20 minutes. But I finish and my buddy Andrew beside me, who ran the marathon with me, he's still going. I look over him, 20 minutes. I was like, how long you go for? He was like, oh, I'm going for 30. So I stay on for 30 more minutes. This is a very long story.
I love long stories.
He ended up competing in a bodybuilding competition. So he was doing a lot of like stairs to like cut.
Right.
So every time I saw him, he was upping that number. And I'm like, oh, like if he's going to do it, like, because like the goal was now to like be slim. And I was like, oh, if he's going to be on the stairs for 30, 40 minutes, I should too, because like that's what it takes. And then it got to a point where it's like time, like I'm not going to spend an hour. He got up to like an hour 20 minutes on the stairs, like not every day, but like every other day or whatever. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So one of my regimens was a weighted vest on the stairs.
Yeah.
And that I lost a lot of weight due to that over the course of 2 years. But then comes running. It's like, where is this story going? Anyways, come to running. Back in October of 2024.
Okay.
TCS marathon just finished, and I had a couple of my buddies that ran it. We went out for dinner, my buddy Vince and I, and he was like, oh man, like this is definitely something you should like put yourself through. At the time, I've never ran more than 5 kilometers.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, like there's no reason for me to run any more than 5 kilometers. But he planted the seed. He was like, oh, I just did it. Took me 4 hours and 30 minutes. I might run it back next year because I'm not happy with my time.
Right.
I was like, oh. And then I joked. I said, oh, like if you do it, I might have to do it with you. And then my friend Becca said she was going to do it.
Oh.
And then my friend Andrew, who's on the stairs with me, was just like, yo, I'm doing it. Sign up with my team. I was like, oh my gosh. So it's like, it's one of those, I mean.
It's like healthy peer pressure.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing it.
Have you heard of confirmation bias?
No.
It's basically a thing. It's like when you tell yourself you're going to do something, everything around you will confirm that you should do it.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So it's like my buddy Vince did the marathon. I was like, oh, I guess I should. And Becca's doing it. Andrew's doing it. Then here's a cool story. I then signed up for the marathon, and there's this guy, earlier in the year of 2024, I did the sauna religiously.
Yeah.
I met this guy named PJ in the sauna. And this had to have been early of 2024. We were just yapping, him and I, and then we followed each other on IG. Well, sorry, he followed me. I never followed him back.
Yeah.
Because I was like, who's this guy like talking to me in the sauna? Like, I'm just trying to
don't meet strangers in the sauna.
Yeah. But what's crazy is a few months later, he hits me up, and this is when I was documenting my running journey. Right. Like, and it's funny. You know when you start doing something and it becomes your whole personality?
Yes.
That was me with running. November was when I told myself November was when I signed up.
Yeah.
And that's when I started documenting the running journey.
Okay.
PJ then DMs me and says, oh, I'm a part of a running club. I'm noticing that you're running now. And now I was like, I was looking for a run club because I'm out in Oshawa. I know Toronto has a bunch, but I'm not going to drive to Toronto on a Sunday morning just to run with everyone.
No.
That camera's still going. Okay, good. And I'm looking for a run club, and it just so happened that they hit me up, more confirmation bias that this is like what I should be doing. So then I started running with them throughout the winter.
Yeah.
I was a horrible runner. Horrible. I say horrible like subjectively. Like I was very slow. I've never ran any more than 5. And then once I ran 5, I was like, oh, I guess I can do 10.
Yeah.
And after 10, I was like, I just sent it. And I was like, I'm going to just do 21. And I haven't documented, I've vlogged. It was a crazy time, to be honest. And I did that in December. So like in the first moments of like, oh, I'm going to run this marathon, I ran half of it.
Yeah.
That I'll still remember it to this day. The first time I ever ran a 21, I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
Oh, it was my first like big limiting belief. I'm like, oh my God, like this was hard. How am I supposed to do this again?
Yes.
So throughout,
because it is, and when you're running a marathon, like you do hit a wall, like the halfway mark sometimes, or around that, right?
Yeah.
So,
and what's nice though is what I love about running truly is the community. It's just like being able to like chase a goal that like collectively a bunch of like your like new friends, like I became really close with this run group now.
Yeah.
And they even came to support during the marathon, which was like so heartwarming.
That's so nice.
But yeah, training for the marathon was an absolute challenge because you're talking to a guy that just went to the gym religiously and had no idea. I know how to fuel for the gym.
Yeah.
You go to the gym, protein.
Yeah.
Hard protein.
Yeah, it's true.
Running completely different.
It's a long game. You're playing a long game.
Yeah. And I know I've told you this story. Have I shared this? I'll share it again. Training in the winter is so... I love training in the winter and fall. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, it is so different because you're not dehydrated.
Yeah.
You're actually like bundled up. Like you can bundle up. But in this,
it's really pleasant running in the winter because like it's just refreshing. Like every step is refreshing versus that sludge of training in the summer where you're just dying.
Yeah, because I mean, my biggest challenge was when I literally went to the hospital due to like my naivete. It really was my naivete. Like I was like, oh, I've done a few 21-kilometer races.
Yeah.
Runs. It's like, I can just rock a 21-kilometer run
knock this
on
out of
a
the park.
random Thursday with
30-degree
one water
weather.
bottle.
Yeah.
30-degree weather.
I think too, where people get into trouble is like the whole athlete mentality is to push through pain.
Yes.
Right. And so then you're fighting dehydration because you're like, I'm not a pansy. I'm going to push through. But then there's like, it's a balance because you do have to push through things sometimes, but you also have to know when you're creating injury in your body.
And it's one of those where like, listen to your body. Yeah. I don't know what it's saying.
It's just saying it's hard.
You know what's really funny though? When I went to the hospital, I actually ran with Becca that day.
Okay.
She ran. Here's the thing.
Did she have water?
Did she also hydrate? She's very great with nutrition.
Okay.
Very good. Very good at hydrating. This was her first time running a 21-kilometer run. I was like,
wow.
I'm glad I get to do this with you.
Yeah.
We both get in our cars. I'm driving home and I'm suffering a heat stroke. I won't get into too much detail, but I end up in the hospital and then she texts me. She was like, oh, thank you so much for running with me. Like, how are you feeling? My ego is not going to let her know I'm not good. How are you doing?
So refreshed.
She texted me. She's like, oh, I just had an hour nap and I'm doing good.
Oh my God.
So crazy.
Oh my God. That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully she's not watching this because she'll know you lied.
No, she knows now.
She knows now.
That's so crazy. Okay, good. So it's like, where am I going? Fast forward all the way to the actual Toronto Marathon. The hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Like, I'm in so much pain right now. I was in so much pain yesterday.
I've witnessed you trying to get in and out of that chair.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's like my legs are so sore.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But you went from someone who a year ago would only run 5 kilometers to now doing a marathon. That's
full marathon.
A full marathon. That's a huge accomplishment.
In sub 4:30.
Sub 4:30.
Sub 4:30. 4:29. Like just at the cusp.
No, but you know what? Like, give yourself credit where credit's due because you were not a runner. You're not naturally a runner.
Yeah.
You know?
You had a conversation with
Jody. Yeah.
And she said something that really hit. She was like, some athletes are just born to be athletic.
Yes. Born to be born for their sport, right?
Born for their sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not born to be a runner.
No.
Let me tell you.
But here you are doing it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those where it's just like, I love the idea that like, yeah, you may not, there's, and she was saying it too, there are people in this world better than you at like basically everything that you do. But
okay, we're going to take a quick break today to thank our sponsors, Active Green Pro. Active Green Pro has a host of greens and functional greens and proteins and fiber that help get you through your day the right way. We have our daily greens, which comes in 3 flavors. We have unflavored, pineapple coconut, and raspberry lemon. These ones are your daily greens, no grasses. They taste great. They have electrolytes. It's everything that you need on a daily green level. And then we have our functional greens, which are designed with the 4 seasons in mind. So we have our immune and antioxidants to get you through the fall, cold, and flu season. We have our vitality and brain, which gets you through that fog in the winter. Our detox, which revs you up for the spring. And then our energy and stamina, so you can make the most of your long summer days. Fiber is something we are all lacking in our diet. So we have the Active Green Fiber Boost, and that one is a simple prebiotic, probiotic, and fiber. And that is everything you need every single day. And our final one, we have our fermented protein. And our fermented vegan protein is easily digestible. It also has your daily greens in it, so it hits all of those marks. Now back to the green room.
You can't let that stop you from still like trying to accomplish what you set out for yourself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100%. And that's what's nice about, like, if you're competing on a soccer team or something, it's a different thing when you're competing against yourself in an endurance event or a high rocks or something like that, right? Yeah. Like there's community and there's still team, but you're just fighting yourself, or you're just trying to achieve something for you.
Yeah.
And anyone can do it. And it's like, and if it's challenging for you and you're getting better, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And what I loved about one of my biggest things with running, I love drawing parallels from like what I can take from the gym or like running or any physical activity into like business or life.
Yeah.
Running is such a mentally boring and mundane thing. Like if you want it, because it's as simple as this. If you want to be a good runner, what do? You run. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's obviously levels to it, right? Mm-hmm. But if like I can tell you, if you want to be like 10% better at running, but you don't run, it's like just start running, and then you will just get better.
Yeah.
And once you get better from there, it's like, oh, you like fuel right, you get the right nutrition.
For
like,
sure. There's
right
all those
shoes,
components.
Get the right gear.
Yeah.
It's like there's so many layers to it. But I realized one thing in like my business, I just kept getting like distracted a lot. Mm-hmm. Doom scrolling on Instagram, TikTok. But I'm like, if I can run for 2 to 3 hours on like my training blocks without, I don't listen to music or podcasts. Like some days I will, but like a majority of the time, like I will just run with like no music, because I want to like take everything in. I'm so glad I didn't get to a point where I'm like scrolling as I run.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be brutal.
Yeah.
That addiction would have been like next level.
Yes.
But I'm like, oh my God, like if I know that I can do that during running, I should be able to like do that during working hours.
Absolutely. It's like when you're running, it's like an active form of meditation.
Yep.
Right. But it's like, it's sometimes I find people want to meditate or have that like, mindfulness moment, but we're just so overstimulated, and it's hard to like really be alone with yourself without that like looking or just, checking our phones and whatever. Yeah. So like running is a great, like it gives you that physical release of energy, but you're still alone in your thoughts. It's a really good active meditation. And
you know what the craziest thing is? I'll tell you a funny story. I was like sick. Like the marathon was on Sunday, and Thursday, for some reason I just got so sick. Like throughout the day, like the days coming up, I was like vlogging. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this race. Like high fever, like
oh god,
hacking. Like it was so upsetting, because I'm like, oh,
like really sick,
like super sick. And then the day of, I was like, do you know what's so crazy? I'm so thankful for the daily green boost and the immune and what is it? The immune
and antioxidants.
Yeah. So I was taking that religiously.
Yeah.
And like literally religiously.
Yeah.
Up until the last day, because there is something about, is there fiber in the daily green boost? No.
Not much. No.
But someone was telling me about like, don't intake fiber, and this is just like small things.
Yeah.
But I felt a lot better on the day of my marathon, whether it be like the adrenaline and like the medicines that I was taking, but it's just like do everything I can, like so much tea that I was drinking prior to. So then the race starts, and the first half was so good.
Yeah.
So from 0 to 21 kilometers moving, we were
crushing
cruising.
it,
I was
right?
feeling good. My legs were like good.
Yeah.
The energy was up. And then 20, 22 and 23. No, I think it was like up until like the 25, I kind of hit a wall.
Yeah.
And then it's so funny because how it went was my friend Bruce and my friend Nick, they're fast. So they just went off.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy Andrew, the one that got me to sign up and doing stairs with, we had been running together up until 21.
Yeah.
And then Becca and our friend Dion was in the back just kind of like cruising.
Yeah.
At the 22 kilometer mark, I'm slowing down because like I can't, like I'm dying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Andrew, just go. I'm like, man, Becca hasn't passed us, and she's a good runner. She's a very good runner. So I'm like, I know she'll catch up. At the 25 kilometer mark, she catches up to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, here, fine. I was gonna say I kind of slowed down.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh man, like I don't want to run alone, so I'll run with her for the rest of the race. So 25, I stick with her till 30, and that's when my legs just.
Oh yeah.
And listening to the conversation with you and Jody, sorry, I realized it was because I drank too much water. Every station that I
and
could,
not enough
just
electrolytes.
Yeah, not enough electrolytes. Because
that's where hydration goes wrong. People just think it's water, but unless you can have that electrolyte pull into your cells.
Yo, you said something crazy the other day about electrolytes.
An electrolyte is something that has an electric charge, and that is key to having a reaction take place in your body. If you don't have that electric pull, like an ionic pull, then like everything's just stagnant. So that's how hydration happens. So inside your cell, you have potassium, which is electrically charged, and that draws water into your cells. Outside of your cell, you have sodium, and that is electrically charged, and it draws it out. And sodium, potassium keep that hydration in balance. And that's really important for like blood pressure. You know, when they're like, you have high blood pressure, watch your sodium. Like you hear that a lot. People are on like low salt diets. It's because they have too much sodium, so it's drawing too much water out of their cells to regulate itself all the time. So that's one thing. The other two big electrolytes are calcium and magnesium. This is where it's really relevant to like muscle recovery and runners. So generally our diets are high enough in calcium, but pretty low in magnesium. Magnesium you get a lot from like leafy greens and stuff like that, which we're missing in our diet. So calcium is what makes your muscle contract. It creates that electric charge, creates a signal for your muscle to twitch. Okay. And so if you're having like tight muscles, or if you're having that twitch or that Charlie horse, like whatever that is, it's because your calcium channel is open and it's going like, and you don't have enough magnesium. So I look at magnesium as like the coach of calcium, and it keeps calcium in check, and it'll say like, okay, ease off. Like we don't need to be firing so rapidly, and it closes that calcium channel. So you need these things in balance. So it happens a lot when people are like downing water because we have so many calcium stores in our body. Those calciums are still going to fire, but that magnesium is missing to keep the muscle relaxed.
Was there a third thing?
No. Those are the four. So it's sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Those are the four.
At the 30 kilometer mark was when I felt that. And like now I look back at my race, I'm like, all I did was down, like they're tiny cups, but I did 1, 2, 3, 4 cups of water, and then like 1 electrolyte.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I messed up. But
well, and that's where the race too should provide more electrolytes, because they don't always have them, right?
Oh, they had it at every station.
Oh, did they? This one? Okay, sometimes they don't have enough electrolytes.
I just didn't know. But I just didn't know. But naivete, right?
But even this, and here's a little note on electrolytes, like Gatorades and stuff are mostly a sodium replacement. They don't really have a lot of magnesium, calcium, and potassium, because they're more focused on, because when you sweat a lot, you lose a lot of sodium through sweat. Yeah. And so their primary goal is to replace the sodium that you've lost through sweating. It's not as muscle focused.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Whereas I have to like drop AGP into this, the electrolyte we've come out with actually is lower in sodium and higher in potassium, calcium, and magnesium. So it's actually more of like a daily hydrator and like less of a sweating hydrator.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's more about like giving those missing blocks.
So when would people need to be taking like, and this is like, I know they're a sponsor for today, but AGP electrolytes, I've been taking them like daily.
They're delicious.
Yeah, it's such a simple thing to scoop into your water, easy to digest, easy to like just consume.
Yeah.
But why should we be drinking electrolytes every day?
Okay, so it's for that daily hydration. So I think one time you and I talked about just why do we eat food? Like, why do we take in nutrients? What's the whole point, right? So our bodies have trillions of cells, okay? And every one of those cells is like a factory. It's a working machine, and it only works by having these chemical reactions. It has signaling from like nerve cells, and then it has hormones, messengers, and all these things happen because of different signals in the body, chemical reactions. And you need the building blocks to have these reactions. Okay? So what we take in through our outside environment is like our food. That's supposed to provide that raw material inside our body to do all the things it needs to do. So people are always like, what should I be taking? Is turmeric good? Her turmeric's good. And like everyone wants that like one thing. And I'm always like the worst person to talk to because I'm like, it all matters. You need all of it. We need whole foods. We need all the things because we are lacking. Our diets are so lacking in all of those raw materials that we need. So I'm talking about macros like protein, fat, carbohydrate, fiber, but I'm also talking about the micronutrients. Mm-hmm. So all your vitamins, your minerals, your phytonutrients, all of these things play vital roles inside our bodies. So when you talk about an electrolyte, like why do you need it? You need it for all these things. You need it to manage your blood pressure. You need it to hydrate your cells. So you don't just have like, when you walk and you have like sloshy water in your tummy?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like your hydration's gone wrong. Your electrolyte balance is off. It cannot go where it needs to go. Or when you drink a lot of water, you're just constantly peeing and it's like clear, very clear. You're like, oh, I'm so hydrated. No. You shouldn't be like constantly peeing, right? If you have enough electrolytes, it's going where it needs to go and it's hydrating your cells. If your muscles are cramping, your calcium magnesium balance is off. Daily electrolytes are just so important for like that kind of a function in our body, regulating those things.
You know what? I actually have a funny question, but let me finish up the marathon and then I want to hit you with something because after, and I don't think I said it yet, but I did the 21 kilometer mark in an hour 50 and I was like, oh, I'm so like on track to do sub 4.
Yeah.
But that's when like I say I hit a wall, but my legs just like were cooked.
Yeah.
Definitely the calcium and magnesium like was not balanced.
And it's that lactic acid buildup too.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
It makes that stiffness.
Yeah. So anyways, I from 30 to 35 I'm walking running at like a 6 to 7 minute pace.
Oh god. Don't torture me with that.
And then it was honestly, it's one of those where it's just like mentally I also gave up. Mm-hmm. Just because like once the only goal at that point was just to finish. Like time was never like was no longer a factor. It's like I just gotta finish this.
Yeah.
Thing. Oh, do you know what's so crazy? And it's like I'll admit this now. Like the thought of DNFing, which is did not finish, was like heavy on my mind. I was like, oh my, this is hard. Yeah. Running really is a mental game.
It is a mental game.
It's very mental.
It's like when I talked about my half marathon, I just like felt like I just wanted to hurt myself. So I had like a good reason to not finish. You're like, oh, if I like had to get carried away in a stretcher because I twisted my ankle, it's legit.
Yeah. But you know what's, yes. That's so
versus
funny.
just being like, it's hard. I can't do it.
But you know what's so crazy? A marathon is actually everyone knows this. I mean, most should know this. It's not a joke. On the track or the race, whatever. There were like 4 people that I saw just like out.
Yeah.
Man, I saw this one guy. I hope he's okay, but like you run past him, and he's like obviously paramedics and like everyone was around him, but like bleeding through his mouth. I'm like,
I know they don't talk about this a lot, but people do have heart attacks at these other events. Like I think every time.
Yeah.
It's like because it's an extreme. You're putting your body through extreme stress,
yeah.
Which is like. If you can adapt to the stress, there's like massive benefits, right? You get like growth hormone stimulation and it's like really good for you. But sometimes the stress is just too much and you get like these very adverse reactions.
Yeah. And it's also one of those like, listen to your body. What is it? What are
you trying to tell me? Do you push through or
but
when to stop? Yeah.
After that, after the marathon, it's crazy because like I got into like a state of like what. So actually, after the marathon was really weird because Nina, my partner, she was at the 41-kilometer mark. And she was just like, Justin, you literally have 1 more kilometer left. Like, if you keep at this pace, you'll finish at a 4:29. I was like, oh, I did not stop. Like, that last kilometer, like, every kilometer from 30, 30 to, like, 41, I'm running and then walking, stop. Running, walk, stop, like, stretch my legs. Like, that last kilometer, I just gunned it.
Yeah.
And then,
it's
like...
something about knowing how close you are to the end, too, right? It gives you that, like... This probably won't be as relatable for you because you're a guy and you haven't had kids, but when you're in labor, right before you push, you go through something called transition. And it's like your body temperature is like up, down, like crazy things happen in transition. And you just feel like you can't go on. And it reminds me so much of running marathons because it's like, you just feel like I can't do this. Like I don't think I can do this. But I told my mom after my first birth, had I known I was in transition, had someone told me you're in transition, I would have been like, okay, I'm at the tail end. Because in my head, I'm thinking, I can't do this for like 7 more hours, you know? But it's something about knowing about how close you are to that final stretch that it just rejuvenates you and you can get back into it.
Do you know, it'd be a very interesting question for Jody?
Yeah.
It's like, what was harder?
Yeah.
Childbirth or finishing the marathon?
They're very relatable though, because it's a long game. Like, I think the way birth is portrayed on TV, it's so chaotic. It's like her water breaks and she's like, nah! And then a baby comes shooting out and you're like, it's actually so slow, especially your first your first labor. Like, I think I was in labor for like 48 hours.
48?
Yeah. And it was slow and he was turned the wrong way. And I was determined to have it natural because I just don't react well to drugs. And I just like, it's a mental game. You just like, you go moment to moment, you live in the moment. It's like a deep meditation and you just breathe, live through the moment and you just get there. And eventually your body gets ready to do it. But yeah, it's like that to me, it's because I'm not a runner now, but I used to be, and I found them very similar.
That's an ultra marathon.
Yeah. That's
48 hours is crazy.
Of labor, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But it's not how it's shown on TV, right? Like you think labor's this like chaotic, like rush, and it's like, it's slow.
Yeah.
It's like it's a marathon.
What I was going to say was, with my next, it's so funny because at the 30 kilometer mark, I convinced myself, I'm never doing this again. What
was I thinking?
I have 12 more to go after this.
And also you did this like what, 10 days after High Rocks or how long?
High Rocks was October 3rd. Full marathon was October 19th. So like a couple weeks.
So that's like your body also just went through something really big too, right? So
yeah, but that was
a lot.
High Rocks is definitely like a side quest. I definitely.
Do you feel like you trained more for the running or for the High Rocks?
I didn't train for High Rocks at all.
Okay, there.
And that was my. So my goal for High Rocks was to finish that in like an hour 10. There's no way I was doing that. No way.
I love your confidence. Just dive in.
Oh my god.
I always tell my son like confidence will get you farther than anything.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
But I ended up doing High Rocks in an hour 35. I'm like, oh my gosh, which is pretty average.
That's pretty good. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean,
once we do it next year, you'll see. Once we do it next year, we'll see. But
I think I just want to finish it. Yeah. That's my goal.
That was
just
my
like
goal.
Complete every station.
Yeah. That was my goal for this year. It's like you kind of have to like set a baseline for yourself first with like anything you do. It's just like, do it once, see where you're at. If you like it, try to do better next time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say with nutrition, I'm wondering, my nutrition's horrible, and like it's
not for long.
Not for long. It's only getting better. Well, thanks to AGP. I'm being a little bit more aware of like what I put in my body, but more importantly, it's like embarrassingly so, like I don't eat my greens.
Yeah.
I'm such a kid when it comes to
when we first
veggies.
Met, you were like, I don't like green things.
No, let's see. Yeah, so I mean, we're over High Rocks Toronto marathon. Cool.
He survived it.
So
got the t-shirt.
We were actually at the first time Alex and I had met, it was at CHFA.
Yes. Which is the Canadian Health Food Association.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm like, I think that's what it stands for.
They were at AGP had a booth at the event at the Enercare Center. Mm-hmm. First time we met. And at that time, I had not tried the green supplement because I've had greens in the past.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Nina used to put it in my smoothies. It was so, and she tried mixing making an actual smoothie with these greens. She's like, Justin, it's good for you. No.
Yeah, you can't make me do it.
I'm an adult.
But that is how people associate greens, is they have to choke it down.
Yes.
That is absolutely the association.
So we get to the event. I'm looking at the 2 things that we have set up there. You made amazing brownies and goldies?
Blondies.
Blondies.
Yeah.
Goldies.
Those were surprisingly a hit. Like people were like, "Where do I buy these?" I'm like, "Oh, I made them. I make them for my kids."
Yeah,
like,
the
I don't sell
blondies were.
them.
You should make a line of
right.
Blondies
Yeah, maybe we'll
brownies.
launch into food.
Right. But yeah, the blondies was good. I was like, oh, you literally can't taste the greens in this. So it's like, okay, awesome. Then at the end of the whole event, we were there for 8 hours. At the end of the event, I was like, I still haven't tried like this daily.
Yeah, I remember offering it to you earlier, and you're like, "Oh I'll get to you later." Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to try it, not like it, and then I'll work with y'all. It's like, because I have to listen. If I'm gonna partner with someone, it has to be with a brand or like a product.
You have to believe in it.
I have to believe.
That's
in
what
it.
I said when I joined the company. I was like, I need to see everything. I want to see where it's manufactured. I want to talk to the scientists in the lab. Like, I need to know it all because I can't. Yeah. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a nutritionist, and I'm like, I need to believe in what I'm doing.
See, I love that. It's so different because I'm not a salesperson either, but I have this like mantra, this philosophy that I want to work with businesses and brands that have a story to tell and not just a service to sell.
Yes.
Or like a product to sell, whatever.
Yeah.
These are great. And Steve, he told me like his story around like what he wants to do with greens, like touched my heart. And I was like, oh my God, like I could see this being a story that I can like tell.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And even again, sorry, just like piggybacking off that, when I went in to meet with the group, like the team, each one of them spoke so passionately about the product, and that I wasn't expecting. You know, I kind of like pictured more of a pitch on the company or something. Yeah. But they were like, even the IT guy was like, "This really works. I love it. People love it." And he was like raving about it, and I was just like, oh, like they believe in this. Like they believe in what they're doing, you know? And it was so refreshing. And I was just like, okay. And so it made me want to learn more about it and to be more involved. So
throughout this whole episode, we've been drinking the energy.
I was like, I need some of this.
Energy and stamina?
My go-go juice. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, we've been shooting all day, to be honest.
We need this to get us through.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was running out of energy and now I'm kind of just like,
right? It brings you back to life.
Yeah. This whole, how long have we been yapping?
I know.
An hour.
But it's what I love about the energy and stamina. It's the clean focus.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just like hyper. It's that, and that's what if you combine caffeine with L-theanine, you get like a stimulant effect from caffeine, but a calm focus from L-theanine. So it's like a marriage made in heaven.
What is L-theanine?
L-theanine, it's one of the ingredients we have in here. So it comes from green tea.
Okay.
Yeah. It's extracted from green tea, and it just has calm focus effect on the brain.
So at the end of the CHFA event, Alex was just like, here, try it. And I was like,
I know. You tried to refuse me too. And I was like, you cannot work here if you don't try it. And you were just like, okay, I don't like greens, but I'll try it.
And you know why? Here's the thing. And this is so, like, I know this sounds stupid. It's because it's green. Literally, I looked at it. I'm like, do I have to close my eyes?
I know. It looks like slime swamp water or something. So you think it's gross.
I take a swig. I did the Daily Green Boosts raspberry lemonade. Took a swig and I'm like, this is good. This is good. And then I finished the rest of it. I was like, yo, I could do this every day. Like I literally could do this every day.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that it's like good for me. And like I don't do greens at all. So it's just like knowing
so
that
it's even more important for someone like you, right?
Yeah. I have a funny avocado story. Avocados are green, obviously. I couldn't do avocados for the longest time. Yeah. For the longest time. Me and my partner went to this cafe in Toronto and we got this chicken panini sandwich. Yeah. And had an avocado spread on the bottom. I didn't know that. So I took a couple of bites of the sandwich. I was like, this is so good.
Tasty.
This is so good. I lift the chicken. I can't eat this. So bad. But this
is literally describing trying to feed my kids.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you sneak it in, they're fine with it. But if they see it and they know it, they're like, I'm not eating that.
Mothers, if you're listening and you want to get your kids on some Daily Green Boost, this is
hide it in everything.
And they'll never know. No. They'll never know.
And even like the raspberry lemon, the Daily Greens, kids like it in a popsicle.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm like, someone told me that.
I would too, yeah.
But it's so tasty because it is. It's really like, it's almost like a strawberry lemonade. It's like a really nice flavor. And yeah.
I was going to say, I'm wondering with this whole nutrition thing and this new path that I'm going with nutrition, I'm wondering if that would like better like every result in my life when it comes to like not just physical. Like I know if I locked in on nutrition, it's like, and you guys were talking about carbo loading and everything like that. I was like,
how to do it wrong.
Yeah, but not just that, like actually getting the micronutrients in your body, the electrolytes, like all of it plays such a crucial part in your training and during the race days.
100%. It's so important because I think we focus so much on the training, on the physical training, which is obviously a huge part. But if you're not dialed into your nutrition, you're sabotaging your training. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, I think especially like men have a bigger window to get like their protein in, like because of testosterone, your stress response is different. But for women, getting the right nutrition before your workout and like 30 minutes after your workout is so key to how you recover. And it's like, if you're going to be pouring your blood, sweat, and tears into this activity, why wouldn't you dial into your nutrition? Like, why would you not help yourself out like that?
Absolutely.
Right? It's so important. And like from talking to Jody on our other podcast, the difference I saw in her, even just like her mental attitude, because when we talked about it, how's the training going? And she was like, like she's like, at this point, I'm just kind of like, I'm just hoping to finish. Like, I don't know. I'm so tired these days, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, no, we're going to fix this. Like, let's talk about nutrition. And it was such a game changer for her. And it's like, because it's not enough to just train. You, especially as we age. I know you're still a spring chicken, but you feel old after that marathon. Yeah. But you'll see. And even like for your next marathon, fueling properly, hydrating properly with the right electrolytes, all of this stuff is going to like, we'll see how you feel physically after, you know what I mean? Compared to this one. Mark how crappy you're feeling.
No, I know. And that's why it's so important to document your life.
Yeah, no, it's true. Because sometimes we're not really that tuned in and we're not like, we don't realize the progress we've made. Okay, we're going to take a quick break today to thank our sponsors, Active Green Pro. Active Green Pro has a host of greens and functional greens and proteins and fiber that help get you through your day the right way. We have our daily greens, which comes in 3 flavors. We have unflavored, pineapple coconut, and raspberry lemon. These ones are your daily greens, no grasses. They taste great. They have electrolytes. It's everything that you need on a daily green level. And then we have our functional greens, which are designed with the 4 seasons in mind. So we have our immune and antioxidants to get you through the fall, cold, and flu season. We have our vitality and brain, which gets you through that fog in the winter. Our detox, which revs you up for the spring. And then our energy and stamina, so you can make the most of your long summer days. Fiber is something we are all lacking in our diet. So we have the Active Green Fiber Boost, and that one is a simple prebiotic, probiotic, and fiber. And that is everything you need every single day. And our final one, we have our fermented protein, and our fermented vegan protein is easily digestible. It also has your daily greens in it. So it hits all of those marks. Now back to the green room.
Yeah. Cause the biggest thing is like, if you don't know what you're doing now and you don't see the change, like you'll account it for like something else. It's like, oh, maybe I changed. Like if you write down, or like I say vlog everything, you can see what's associated to like that success. Like if something changes in your life. Daily green boosts have definitely changed a lot. I've just been feeling a little bit better.
And this is the thing too. I find it's hard to be aware of when you're feeling good, because what feeling good is the absence of feeling bad. So it's like, it's one thing if you're experiencing like a massive surge of energy or something, but feeling good means you're feeling really just neutral. You're alert, you're present, you're focused, nothing's hurting, you don't have any digestive issues. You're just feeling normal. And we're so not aware of that, because if you're feeling good, you're just going about your day. But you're very aware when a headache creeps in. You're very aware when your stomach starts to rumble and you got to run to the toilet, right? You're very aware of feeling exhausted. So it's like, it's very easy to forget that these things are working because you just feel good. Yeah.
That was deep.
No, but I know that. No, sorry. That was like, was that too deep? No, it hit me one day that I was just, I think it was the energy and stamina. I was really tired. I was hitting like a wall, and I took it, and I noticed half an hour later, I just felt awake. Like my eyelids were no longer trying to close on me. I wasn't feeling like, but I was just feeling normal. And I was just like, I'm so glad I recognized that I was feeling normal right now, because I just realized that that made a difference.
Yeah.
It would have been so easy to just not even acknowledge that. Do you know what I mean? Am I making sense?
You are. No, yeah. No, because I'm like, that's so true. Like, I don't even follow over that. Like, yes.
Okay. I've either totally lost you or
Sorry,
or
explain it to me like I'm 5. What's so funny is we were making reels earlier today, and she was throwing these big words at me, as a nutritionist and scientist does, and I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to say that again.
Explain that. That's funny. But yeah, so I just think like we don't acknowledge when things are going well for us. Because we just take it for granted.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I don't know where to take this conversation.
No, but even like, yeah, this is away from nutrition, but even like, like say you go through a breakup or something bad happens, or you have a stressful day. We're so hyper focused on the negative things. I think our brains really do wire into like focusing on negative things, and we dismiss a lot of positive things. Like, you look great today. You'd be like, yeah, oh, thanks. And you wouldn't think about it again. But if I was like, that shirt's really stupid, or it makes you look fat or something, you'd probably reprocess that for
I wonder
a
why
week.
that happened. Like, why do you think that's the case?
I don't know. I think it probably has something to do with like evolution and learning from mistakes, because if we didn't like reprocess the fact that like that guy fell off a tree and died, we would just keep repeating these things. So I think it's important to think about the negatives in terms of our preservation. But I think now, when our lives are so cushy and we know so much, it just is very psychological damaging.
Yeah, that is true. That's true.
Yeah. It's like, there's that guy, what's his name? He's someone on Instagram, and he's like this positivity. He has glasses. Simon, I don't care.
Simon Sinek.
Yeah, love him.
I
okay.
love Simon Sinek.
But he was talking about that negative pathway, and then how like he's like, if you're picturing like skiing through the woods.
Yes. Oh,
I love that analogy.
So
all you see are the trees, so you hurt yourself. He's like, but if you just think pathways and positive, and you just like, all you see is the path. And so it is about changing that mindset.
It's so
this
great.
is supposed to be a nutrition podcast.
No, I know. I love that. I love that analogy. But I mean, we can spin it back into nutrition. Listen, if you want to have a positive mental health, what am I trying to say? If you want to have a good mental health,
positive mental focus, good mental health,
I'm trying to I thought there was another word after health. If you want to have good mental health,
yes,
nutrition is. I would make the argument that nutrition is like the leading cause of like how your mood is affected.
Yes. Well, nutrition is the leading cause of all things with our health. People are like, it's your gut, it's your brain, it's your heart, it's the cancer, it's this. It's like, it all is nutrition.
Yeah.
It's all what we're putting in our body. Like, it all adds up. And this is why I struggle with like the way the health industry frames things. It's like the pharmaceutical industry told us like a one pill solution. So it tells us to focus on the symptom, right? Yeah. You have a headache, take the Tylenol, your headache goes away. And that solution attitude transferred into the health industry. So it's like, people want to hear like, I lost so much weight because I added coconut oil to my coffee.
Yes.
It's like that one thing is going to change my life, because that is the pharmaceutical like symptom masker, or like, that one solution thing, that one scoop solution.
What's so
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard someone say something about the Tylenol thing, which I thought was crazy. I'm going to paraphrase this. Because you have a headache and you take a Tylenol, you're just like, you didn't get that headache because of a lack of Tylenol.
Yes.
It was probably because of lack of sleep.
It could be so many things. Yeah.
Nutrition or water or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so interesting.
But this is where, so going back to nutrition, exactly to that point, is like, nutrition is the root cause of all disease. So if you're saying like, you're not lacking in Tylenol, that's not why you got the headache. You get the headache because of something going on with your body internally, for so many reasons. Or you can't say headaches are one thing, but let's say it's dehydration. So the root cause of that would be dehydration. So then you take electrolytes, you hydrate properly, the headache goes away. It's like, all illnesses are like that. So we can talk about it in terms of athleticism and recovery and this and that, or weight loss or whatever, but it's about every function, every system in our body. This matters. It's literally the only reason we eat. Do you know that?
No, apparently.
It's like, we look at food as like something social to do, or like, you want to create this like pretty dish, or it's something like tasty and something sweet and but like the only reason we consume food is because we need that for our life to continue. We need those products. So when you're having like a McDonald's cheeseburger, you know, it's like, it doesn't have the nutrition in it. It just doesn't. So then you're hungrier because your body's starving for nutrients. So this stuff is so important, and on all things. That's like, you know what I mean? I feel like we've like missed the mark in a way, like on how we look at food. It's like, this is fuel for our body. That's why we eat. Otherwise we wouldn't need to do it at all.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree.
It's like, it sounds so obvious, but
it is obvious, but it's also one of those where it's just like, in like the entrepreneurship space, it's like, I say it all the time, people don't need to be taught, they need to be reminded.
Yes.
And like podcasts like this and like like any reel or any information that you've said today, none of this is new information. Like me doing high rocks, me doing a marathon, but making sure that we fuel properly. It's like, okay, well, if someone's just going on a run, like whether they're going on a 5K or a 42K or like 89 kilometers for Jody's sake.
Good Lord, I know. That's
you still have to fuel properly.
Yeah.
When it comes to like high rocks, like to go against that like mental battle of like one even doing it. It's just like, you're right. Like, you were saying something about like gut health directly.
Yeah. The gut brain connection.
Yeah. Like it'll help you like have a clearer mind, make decisions. My gut health apparently sucks because I'm losing it. I'm just losing what
Where's
I'm trying to say.
Where's our brain and vitality breath? Get you some of that. Turn your brain back on.
But yeah, like there's so many cases where if we as a society fuels properly, gets the right nutrients in our bodies, we'll be sharper, we'll make better decisions, we'll take those risks, we'll be confident, we'll do bold things like race my first ever high rocks, do my first ever marathon, both in 1 year.
Both in 1 month.
Both in 1 month.
It's crazy.
And like outside of just training for it, you have to make sure you're fueling for it properly.
Yes.
Getting the right nutrients in your body. And then it's like, it's a game of life or like game of business. Like the point of business is to stay in business. The point of marriage is to stay in marriage. The point of being healthy is to stay healthy.
Live long.
Live long.
Live long, live in good health. It's like the goal. And I do love that is more of the mantra of today's fitness industry or health industry. It's much more about longevity. Whereas I think it was all aesthetics before.
Yeah.
Right? It was all about just like looking good. But now it's like, it's a real focus on like, you know, I want to prevent dementia. I don't want to try to carry a grocery bag in from the car and throw my back out and be at a commission and, you know, like all those things. It's like, I want to age strong.
I heard I was listening to Huberman.
Yeah.
Craziest. Or it was either Huberman or Steve Bartlett, but they both always have like doctors on their shows. He was talking about how sugar is one of the like not sure ways, but it's like one of the leading causes of dementia. I don't know if that's true or not.
I think that kind of research on like what causes dementia, I think it's twofold. So one is like, it's what you're putting in that's bad for you, but also what you're not putting in that's good for you. Do you know what I mean? Like if we know that like our brain wiring has a myelin sheath that protects our electrical firing. So picture like an electric cable, and you know how if that wire was exposed, you would like it would spark. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why it has that like coating over it. That's how all the wiring in our brain is. Okay. We have like electrical signaling happening, and it's protected by a myelin sheath, which is like a fatty layer, and it protects that electrical firing. So what they see with people with like different brain disorders is that thinning of the myelin sheath. So you're actually having like short circuiting in your electrical firing in your brain. And so sugar, I don't know that research that well, but like, let's say based on that Huberman podcast, that sugar is affecting the wear down of the myelin sheath. But what you're lacking too is the fats that help to build up that myelin sheath. So it's like a two-prong problem, I guess.
You're saying so many big words.
Prong.
How would you reinforce that myelin sheath?
Oh God, there's lots of things.
Is that the name of the actual thing? Myelin sheath?
Yeah, your myelin sheath. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like the fat that covers your
the electrical waves in your brain. That's crazy.
Yeah, so things that protect your myelin sheath. There's like B vitamins, vitamin D, omegas, your healthy fats. Like walnuts are really good for that buildup. What else is there? Protein. These are all things that like this is the thing when people say like, what's good for that? It's never one thing, you know? So it's like, this is why whole nutrition matters. This is why products like if we go back to our proteins and greens, that's what I like about the vegan proteins, is that it's that focus on whole body health. It's not just trying to target your muscles and your protein. Yeah, it's going to hit that, but it's also giving all those nutrients that you need for like all the stuff that your body does.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, yeah, so those studies are like, oh, sugar contributes to it. I'm sure it does, but it's also the lack of nutrients that contribute to it, which is why and health has to be, we have to look at health as like, this isn't a decision today. It isn't like going all in on a workout. It's every decision you make. It's like the net effect of all your choices throughout your life, right? That's what's going to determine your chronic disease as you age, is all of those decisions. And we're all going to make good ones and bad ones. But if your good decisions outweigh the bad, then you're going to end up net positive on the health journey. But it's something every single day, every decision, every meal, every late night, like all of these things add up. So it's a whole body perspective.
That was so tough. All right. I'm going to have you ask me that last question. That was tough. That was tough. Do you know how to dab someone up?
What is that?
No.
Wait.
Do this and then just that.
Okay.
That's how you dab. Someone asks you to dab them up.
Justin's so young and trendy. I don't know how to do that.
Ask your husband to just dab you up and see if he knows how to do it.
I think if I said dab me up, he'd go like that. We're old, okay?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And even in our prime, we weren't cool. So even for my generation, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's crazy.
What's my last question?
No, your last question to me is like, what does it mean to live? Because that's
everything. Okay,
every person that you have on this episode.
I'm starting to understand what we're doing here.
We honestly just yap for an hour.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm a talker. I'm Italian. It comes with the territory. Okay, so if you could sum up your thoughts on this, what does it mean to lead a healthy, active lifestyle? Like, what is
You want to try that again?
What is it? Okay, last question. What does it mean to have a healthy, active lifestyle? Just active lifestyle?
The question is, what does it mean to live an active lifestyle?
Welcome to the green room. Okay. What does it mean to live an active lifestyle?
I'm going to try to live an active lifestyle is to live a life with knowing that you can accomplish any opportunities that come your way. Whether it's physical, whether it's mental, whether it's in your business, relationships. If you live an active lifestyle, you are giving yourself the ability to conquer any challenges that come your way. And I mean that. It's like, it's kind of like when you bring all... I was going to make a Zelda reference. I don't even know what analogy I want to bring in, but basically...
Do the Zelda one.
No. I was talking about the Triforce, like you bring the three... But yeah, if you think mental, fitness, and then health, like health as in like nutrition. Yeah. Like you bring those three together, and that ultimately is... like all you need, like once those three main things are like taken care of, focused on, you really prioritize it, everything in your life that you want to like be better at or like do becomes easier.
Yeah.
Right. Mentally, you're strong enough to like take on any task. Mentally, you'll be able to understand the consequences of the risks that you take and be okay with it. Physically, you'll be able to like even lose a couple of hours of sleep or like push through something or
I guess what I'm hearing from you is resiliency.
Yeah.
Right?
Grit, really.
Yeah, grit. Yeah. It's like having your body be able to keep up with all the challenges of life, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what it means to live an active lifestyle. Like you'll have enough resilience, you'll have the grit to push through anything and everything in life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that.
Now you're going to say thank you so much for having me.
Sorry, I was just caught up in your words. Justin, thanks so much for talking with me today. It was really great.
Thank you so much for having me on the green room. I'll do the outro. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being a part of this conversation with Alex and I in the green room. If you want to watch more, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you learned something, please make sure you share it with a friend. And this episode could not be possible without AGP. So make sure you click the link below, check out the website, check out the products. You are going to absolutely fall in love with it. It's a guarantee. And if you don't, Alex will pay for it.
Just taste it once. One taste gets you hooked.
It's like cocaine.
It's like cocaine, but a healthy cocaine.
Yeah. Before we end, you're going to look at that camera and do the sponsored post. Not sponsored post, like the sponsored ad thing.
What do I say with that again? I'm so bad at it,
Justin. You're gonna say. We're going to take a brief moment to thank our sponsors for today, Active Green Pro, and then basically do what you did.
Then go through our line again? Okay. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I hate this part. Okay.